Princess Allura sat quietly in her luxurious chamber aboard the royal spaceship, looking out through a large window at the stars racing past. Her pale blue skin glowed softly under the dim lights, and her emerald eyes reflected deep thought. The spaceship moved quickly towards the distant planet named Aegis IV, where Allura was supposed to meet humans for the first time. Many stories had reached her ears about humans. Some said they were brave warriors, loyal and strong. Others whispered darker tales, calling humans dangerous and unpredictable. As the future queen of Zaluria, Allura knew she must form her own opinion carefully. Her father, King Viorn, told her the meeting was important for the survival of their planet. They needed strong allies to protect against threats that grew stronger every day. "Are you all right, Princess?" asked Lyra, her most trusted attendant, breaking Allura's thoughts gently. Allura turned slowly, giving Lyra a small, reassuring smile. "Yes, Lyra, just thinking. This meeting with the humans, it worries me. I must not fail." Lyra, kind and wise, placed a comforting hand on Allura's shoulder. "You won't fail, Princess. You have been trained well. Humans may be different, but they also need friends." Allura nodded softly, taking comfort in Lyra's words. She stood up, adjusting her elegant silver dress, which flowed gracefully around her slender figure. Her hair, as white as fresh snow, was carefully styled to show her royal status. She felt ready, yet deep inside, a small fear lingered as the spaceship began descending toward Aegis IV. Allura watched the planet grow larger. It was green and blue, similar to Zaluria, but with darker clouds and rough terrain. The humans had set up a meeting point, a neutral ground between their worlds. Allura's heart beat faster. The spaceship landed softly, making only a small vibration. Allura stepped forward with careful grace, breathing deeply to calm her nerves. Her guards, wearing shining armor, formed a line behind her. Lyra walked closely. By her side, the spaceship doors opened slowly, and Allura took her first steps onto the strange planet. Outside, a cool breeze brushed her face. She saw a small group of humans waiting, dressed in uniforms that looked simple yet strong. They stood straight and calm, respectful in their posture. One human, taller and sturdier than the others, stepped forward with a confident stride. "Princess Allura," he spoke clearly, his voice steady and friendly, "I am Captain Alex Carter. Welcome to Aegis IV. We are honored to meet you." Allura carefully watched Captain Carter. His eyes were dark brown and filled with confidence and kindness, not the fearsome look she expected. He stood respectfully, showing neither aggression nor weakness. Allura felt her tension ease slightly. "Thank you, Captain Carter," she responded politely, her voice gentle yet firm. "We appreciate your hospitality." Captain Carter smiled warmly, making Allura feel oddly at ease. "We look forward to building friendship and trust. Please, come with us to the meeting hall." Allura walked beside Captain Carter, taking careful steps on the soft ground. She glanced occasionally at the human soldier, noticing the confidence in his movements, the calmness in his speech. He did not seem dangerous or unpredictable. He seemed genuine and honorable. As they approached the meeting hall, a simple building with wide doors and welcoming lights, Allura took a quiet breath. Her fear began to fade, replaced slowly by cautious hope. Perhaps, she thought, these humans were not so frightening after all. Inside the hall, humans and Zalurians sat together around a large table. The room was bright and comfortable, designed to welcome everyone equally. Allura felt warmth in the friendly smiles around her. Captain Carter took his place across from her, giving her a reassuring nod. "Let us begin," said Carter. His calm, commanding voice brought the room to silence. "We gather here today to build a future of peace and strength. We know our differences can be our greatest strengths if we trust each other." Allura listened carefully, her heart growing lighter with each word. Captain Carter's simple, direct honesty impressed her deeply. The worry she had carried slowly disappeared. replaced by the quiet certainty that she could indeed trust these humans. As the discussions continued, Allura spoke clearly and calmly, matching Carter's honesty with her own wisdom. She felt herself changing, growing more confident, understanding the humans better. The meeting lasted for several hours, ending in hopeful smiles and promising words. Afterward, standing quietly beside Captain Carter under the starlit sky, Allura felt a strange, comforting peace. Her journey had begun with fear and uncertainty, but now a new path appeared, one filled with potential and hope. With cautious excitement, she looked forward to discovering more about humanity and herself. Princess Allura woke early the next morning, feeling calm but still curious. The previous day's meeting with Captain Alex Carter and the other humans had gone better than she had imagined. She remembered the warmth and sincerity in Captain Carter's eyes, how he had treated her with respect. She wanted to learn more about humans, but she knew she must remain cautious. After breakfast, Allura walked outside the meeting hall, breathing in the fresh morning air. She saw Captain Carter standing near a small spacecraft, looking at some equipment. He turned and smiled when he noticed her approaching. "Good morning, Princess Allura," Captain Carter greeted her warmly. "Did you sleep well?" "Good morning, Captain." "Carter," Allura responded with a polite nod. "Yes, very well." "Thank you." "Please, call me Alex," he said kindly. "Captain Carter sounds too formal for friends." Allura hesitated for a moment but smiled softly. "Very well, Alex." Alex gestured toward the spacecraft. "We have planned a short exploration today. We want to show you more of Aegis 4. Would you like to join us?" Allura felt excitement stir inside her. "Yes, I would like that very much." Together, they climbed into the spacecraft. It was smaller than the royal spaceship, but comfortable and sturdy. Allura felt a slight thrill as the engines came alive. Alex carefully guided the craft over mountains and valleys, explaining each feature of the landscape as they flew. "Your planet is beautiful," Allura said quietly, amazed at the sights below. "Very different from Zoluria, but lovely." Alex smiled warmly. "I'm glad you think so. Every planet has its beauty. It's good to share it." The spacecraft landed gently near a peaceful lake surrounded by lush trees. Allura stepped out, breathing deeply. The natural beauty around her felt soothing. She walked slowly to the water's edge, watching the gentle ripples. Alex stood nearby, quietly letting her enjoy the moment. "Do humans enjoy nature often?" Allura asked, breaking the silence. Alex nodded. "Yes, we find peace in nature. It helps us relax and feel connected." Allura looked thoughtful. "On Deluria, we do the same. It's nice to see we share some similarities." "Indeed," Alex replied warmly. "Perhaps we share more similarities than we know." Suddenly, a loud sound broke their calm conversation. Both Allura and Alex turned quickly. Emerging from the trees were strange figures, tall and menacing. Alex's expression grew serious. "Raiders," he whispered urgently. "Stay behind me, Princess." Alex stepped forward calmly, his hand moving carefully toward a weapon at his side. The raiders approached, their movements swift and aggressive. Allura watched Alex closely, amazed by his calm courage. The raiders shouted threats, clearly meaning harm. Alex stood firm, speaking clearly but sternly. "We do not want trouble. Leave peacefully and no one gets hurt." But the raiders ignored his warning and rushed forward. Alex moved quickly, defending himself skillfully. He fought bravely, never losing control or showing fear. Allura's heart raced as she watched, fear mixing with awe at Alex's bravery and skill. One raider tried to slip past Alex, heading directly toward Allura. She stood frozen, uncertain of what to do. But Alex saw the danger and reacted instantly, rushing to her side and shielding her. With skillful precision, he drove the attacker away, protecting her without hesitation. Breathing heavily, Alex turned to Allura. "Are you all right, Princess?" Allura nodded slowly, still shaken but deeply grateful. "Yes, thank you, Alex. You saved me." Alex smiled reassuringly, though his eyes remained serious. I would do the same for any friend. Allura felt her respect for her. Alex deepened greatly. I understand now why humans are known as brave warriors. Alex's expression softened again. We fight only when necessary. Courage is not just in fighting, but also in protecting and caring. The words resonated deeply with Allura, filling her with a new understanding of humans and their strength. Together they returned to the spacecraft, quickly flying back to the meeting point. Allura thought deeply as she sat beside Alex, realizing her initial fears about humans were disappearing. Back at the base, they were greeted warmly by humans and Zellurians alike. Allura quietly thanked Alex again, her voice filled with sincere gratitude. He simply smiled, modestly acknowledging her thanks. As the day ended, Allura walked alone beneath the stars, reflecting quietly. She had started the day with cautious curiosity, but now she felt trust and admiration toward Alex and the humans. Her heart felt lighter, happier. Perhaps, she thought, true friendship and alliance between their worlds was indeed possible. Princess Allura sat by the large window inside her guest quarters, watching the night sky. Stars twinkled in the distance, and the moon of Aegis IV cast a soft light over the camp. She thought about the battle with the raiders. She could still hear the shouts, still feel the rush of fear and the calm strength of Alex as he protected her. Her feelings were changing. She was not just thankful. She admired Alex. She trusted him. And that confused her. As a royal, she was taught to stay distant and focused. But something about this human soldier felt different. The next morning, Allura joined a group of humans, and Zellurians gathered for a new mission. The leaders of both groups wanted to explore a nearby region. Strange signals had been detected, and they needed to find the source. Alex was chosen to lead the group. Allura, curious and wanting to help, asked to join. Are you sure, Princess? Alex asked her gently. It may be dangerous. I am sure, Allura said, her voice calm. I am not afraid. Alex gave her a small smile. All right, stay close to me. The team left in a ground vehicle and drove across rocky hills and dry valleys. Allura sat beside Alex, watching the landscape pass by. The sun shone brightly above, and the wind blew dust across the plains. After some time, they arrived at a strange place. Large stones stood in a circle, and there were strange carvings on the ground. A low humming sound came from the center. The team spread out to study the area. Allura walked slowly, her eyes on the carvings. This is not from Zelluria or Earth, she said quietly. Alex nodded. Maybe another race. We need to be careful. Suddenly, the humming sound grew louder. Bright light burst from the center of the stone circle. The ground shook. A hidden device, maybe a trap or a beacon, had been triggered. Everyone took cover. A group of machines rose from the ground. They looked like tall metal insects, glowing with red lights. They moved fast and attacked without warning. Alex shouted, "Defensive positions! Protect the princess!" Blasts of energy flew through the air. The team fought back, but the machines were strong and fast. Allura ducked behind a large rock, her heart racing. She watched as Alex moved bravely, guiding his team and protecting everyone. One of the machines moved toward Allura. She tried to run, but the ground shook again, and she fell. The machine raised a weapon. Before it could strike, Alex appeared and tackled it, knocking it aside. "Stay down," he shouted, turning to face the machine. He fought hard, dodging and striking with skill. The machine finally fell. Alex reached out and helped Allura up. "Are you hurt?" he asked quickly. Allura shook her head, breathing hard. "No?" "Thank you again." The battle continued. The team worked together, and one by one, the machines were destroyed. After the last one fell, the area went quiet. The humming stopped. The light faded. Everyone looked around, catching their breath. The strange device had sunk back into the ground. The danger was gone for now. "We need to report this," Alex said. "Something is hidden here. Something powerful." On the way back to the base, Allura sat silently. She kept thinking about the battle, about the moment Alex saved her again. She looked. At him, his uniform was dirty, and there was a cut on his arm. Yet he still looked calm and strong. "Why do you always protect me?" she asked softly. Alex looked at her with surprise. "Because it's right. You're not just a princess. You're brave and kind. You came here to help your people. I respect that." Allura felt her face grow warm. She looked away, hiding a smile. "Thank you, Alex." When they returned to the base, the leaders met to discuss the machines. Allura shared what she saw, and everyone agreed the place must be studied more. It could be a forgotten part of ancient technology or a warning. That night, Allura stood outside her room, looking at the stars again. She felt different now. Her fear of humans was gone. Her respect for them had grown. But it was more than that. She thought of Alex's words, his bravery, his kindness. Her heart beat faster when she remembered how he looked at her. She was changing, and she didn't know what to do about it. As she stood in the quiet night, she whispered to herself, "Why does this human make me feel this way?" The sun had just risen when Princess Allura woke up. Her room was quiet, but her thoughts were not. She sat on the edge of her bed, thinking about everything that had happened. She had come to Aegis IV as a diplomat, but now it felt like much more. She had fought beside humans. She had seen Alex risk his life again and again. And now her heart felt strange every time she looked at him. Later that day, a message came from the command center. A small human transport ship had gone missing in the nearby mountains. A search team was needed, and Allura asked to join. "Are you sure, Princess?" one of the human officers asked. "Yes," she said calmly. "I want to help." Alex was already preparing to leave when Allura arrived. He looked surprised to see her, but nodded respectfully. "We leave in 10 minutes," he said. "It could be a long journey. We may have to spend the night out there." "I understand," Allura replied. "I am ready." The search team moved out quickly, crossing rocky paths and high hills. The wind was strong, and the air grew colder as they climbed. Allura wore a special cloak to protect her from the cold. Alex walked beside her, guiding the way. As the sun lowered in the sky, the group stopped near a cave to rest. The missing ship had not been found, and the team decided to stay overnight. A small fire was made, and everyone sat close for warmth. Allura sat beside Alex, her hands near the fire. She watched the flames dance and listened to the quiet sounds of the night. "Do you miss your home?" she asked softly. Alex looked at the fire. "Sometimes, but this is my duty." "And I believe in it," Allura nodded. "I understand. I miss Illuria too. But being here with you has shown me things I never expected." Alex turned to her. "Like what?" Allura paused, thinking. "Like how humans are not what I was told. You care. You protect. You are brave, but also kind." Alex gave her a gentle smile. "We're not perfect, but we try. Just like you." The silence between them was peaceful. The firelight made their faces glow softly. The stars above looked bright and close. Allura felt her heart beat a little faster. She wanted to say more, but the words stayed inside. Later, most of the team slept, but Allura could not. She stepped away from the camp to look at the stars. After a few moments, she heard footsteps. Alex joined her. "Can't sleep either?" he asked. Allura shook her head. "Too many thoughts." "Same here," he said, looking up at the sky. "You know, before I met you, I didn't expect much from this mission. Just orders and routine. But now, everything feels different." Allura turned. To him, "You have changed my view of humans." "Maybe I've changed yours too." Alex nodded slowly. "Yes, you've shown me that royalty isn't always cold or distant. You care. You're strong." Their eyes met in the soft light. Neither spoke for a long time. The air felt heavy with words not spoken. Suddenly, a call came from the camp. One of the scouts had found something. Allura and Alex hurried back. The missing ship had been found. It had crashed into the side of a hill, half hidden by rocks. The crew was alive but injured. The team worked together to help them. Allura used her knowledge of healing to treat wounds. Alex helped lift heavy parts and gave clear orders. Together, they made a strong team. By morning, everyone was ready to return. They moved slowly, carrying the injured back to the base. Allura stayed close to Alex, feeling tired but proud. When they returned, they were welcomed with cheers. The rescue crew thanked Allura and Alex again and again. Allura smiled, but her eyes kept finding Alex in the crowd. Later, as she sat alone in her room, she thought about the night under the stars. She had shared more than words with Alex. She had shared her heart, even if only in silence. She whispered to herself, "I must stay strong. I must not let feelings guide me." But deep inside she knew something had changed between them, and it could not be undone. Princess Allura stood before the High Council of Zaluria. She had returned from Aegis IV only 2 days ago. The council hall was tall and wide, with glowing lights on the ceiling and soft music playing in the background. The leaders of Zaluria sat in a half circle, their faces calm but serious. Allura spoke clearly. "The humans are not what we feared. They are strong, yes, but also kind. They saved my life. They fought beside me. They helped without asking for reward. We must work with them." Some council members nodded. Others looked unsure. Elder Corin, a wise but cautious leader, raised his voice. "Princess, your words are brave. But what if the humans change later? What if they turn against us?" Allura looked at him. "Then we will deal with it. But we must not judge them based on fear. I have seen their hearts. I have seen their courage. They want peace, just like we do." The council whispered among themselves. Allura stood quietly, waiting. She remembered Alex's face, his voice, his strength. She knew what she was fighting for. After a long moment, Elder Corin spoke again. "We will consider your words, Princess. You have earned our respect." Allura gave a small bow. "Thank you." Later that day, she returned to her private chamber. The walls were made of crystal and shimmered in the soft light. She sat near the window, looking out at the sky of her homeworld. It was beautiful, but something felt missing. She missed Aegis IV. She missed the human camp. She missed Alex. A soft knock came at the door. Lyra entered, holding a message. "Princess, this just arrived from the Human Command Center." Allura took the message and opened it. The words made her heart beat faster. "Dear Princess Allura, I hope you are well. The team here is busy with new tasks, but it feels quiet without your presence. The area where we found the machines has gone silent again, but we believe something is hidden deeper underground. We miss your wisdom and calm spirit. Yours, Alex Carter." Allura read the message twice, then a third time. She felt a warm feeling grow in her chest. She wanted to write back, but she didn't know what to say. The next morning, she walked through the royal garden with Lyra. "You seem quiet, Princess," Lyra said. "I am thinking," Allura replied. "I feel strange. I miss someone. A human. Alex." Lyra smiled gently. "You care for him." Allura stopped walking. "Yes, I think I do. But I don't know if it's right. I am a princess. He is a soldier. We come from different worlds. But your hearts are not so different," Lyra said. "And caring for someone is never wrong." Allura looked at the sky. She wished she could see Aegis IV from here. Later that day, a call came from the humans. A new meeting was being planned. Both sides wanted to talk again, this time about a long-term alliance. Allura was asked to return as the voice of Zaluria. She agreed at once. When her ship landed on Aegis IV again, the air felt cooler than before. She stepped out, her heart beating fast. A group of humans stood waiting. and among them was Alex. He walked toward her with a smile. "Welcome back, Princess." "It is good to be back," she said softly. They stood quietly for a moment. Then Alex said, "The others are waiting. Shall we go?" Allura nodded, but her eyes stayed on his for a second longer. The meetings began quickly. The leaders from both worlds talked about peace, trade, defense, and trust. Allura spoke with care, choosing her words wisely. Alex sat nearby, watching and supporting her. But even as she focused on her work, her thoughts kept drifting. Every time she looked at Alex, she remembered the night in the mountains, the quiet talk by the fire, and the message he had sent. During a break, they walked together by the lake near the base. The water was calm. The wind was soft. "You've changed since the first day we met," Alex said. Allura smiled. "So have you?" He looked at her. "Do you think there could ever be something more between us?" Allura felt her heart beat faster. She looked down at the water, then back at him. "Maybe. But we must be careful. We have duties." "I understand," Alex said. But his voice was warm, and his eyes hopeful. As they walked back together, Allura felt both joy and fear. She did not know what the future would bring. But she knew one thing for sure. She did not want to walk that path without Alex by her side. Princess Allura sat at the long table in the meeting hall, her eyes focused and calm. Around her were leaders from both Zeluria and Earth. Papers were spread out before them. The talks had gone on for hours. Everyone wanted peace, but they also wanted safety. Trust had to be built carefully. Alex sat across the table, watching her. He admired how she spoke firm, clear, and fair. She answered questions with grace. She listened before she spoke. Even the human generals respected her. When the meeting paused for a short break, Allura stepped outside for air. She stood near a flower bed planted by the humans. The bright colors reminded her of home. Alex joined her a moment later. "You're doing well," he said. "Thank you," Allura replied. "But it's not easy. Every word matters. One mistake could ruin everything." Alex nodded. "I understand, but you're not alone. We're all working for the same goal." She looked at him, her expression soft. "Yes, but sometimes I feel the weight more than others." He smiled gently. "You carry it well." The break ended, and they returned to the hall. The next session was harder. One of the Zalurian leaders spoke with doubt. What if the humans ask too much? What if they demand control? Allura stood. Her voice was calm but strong. "We are not given control. We are building friendship. No one will rule over the other. We must walk side by side." The hall grew quiet. The leader nodded slowly. Others followed. After the meeting, Allura stayed behind. She looked out the window at the stars. She missed the quiet of the gardens at home. But she knew this place was important. Alex walked in. "You were great today," Allura turned. "Thank you, Alex. But I wonder. Will this truly work? Will peace last?" Alex stepped closer. "We don't know, but we try. That's how peace begins." They stood in silence for a while. Then Allura said, "There's something I want to ask, but I don't know how." Alex looked curious. "Ask anything." Allura hesitated. "If I were not a princess and you were not a soldier, do you think we could be more than friends?" Alex smiled gently. "I've thought about that. And yes, I think we could." She looked at him, her eyes shining. "Sometimes I wish things were simple." "Maybe they can be one day," he said. "But even now, I'm glad we met." The next day, another report arrived. The machines that had attacked earlier were not alone. More signs had been found. It looked like a hidden threat still waited beneath the planet's surface. A new mission was planned. This time, it would go deeper. Allura offered to go again. Alex tried to stop her. "It's dangerous. Let us handle it." "I have to be there," she said. "I need to see it with my own eyes." Alex knew he could not change her mind. The team left the next morning. They traveled in a larger ship with stronger shields. Deep in the rocky valley, they found another entrance. It led underground, through dark tunnels and old metal walls. Lights flickered as they walked. Strange symbols covered the walls. Allura felt uneasy. Suddenly they found a room filled with machines. Most were quiet, but one glowed softly. "Don't touch anything," Alex warned. "We don't know what they can do." Allura nodded. She walked slowly, her eyes wide with wonder and worry. Then the machine began to hum. Lights turned red. The door behind them closed. "We triggered something," Alex said. "Stay close." The floor shook. From the walls, more machines appeared. But this time, they did not attack. They just stood, waiting. A soft voice spoke, not in any known language. The team recorded everything. Allura stepped forward. "I think it's a message," she said. "A warning, maybe. Or a call for help." Alex looked at her. "Can you understand it?" "Not yet, but maybe with time." The machines did not move. The team left slowly, not wanting to start a fight. Outside, they shared what they had seen. The base sent the data to both planets. That night, Allura sat by a small fire outside the base. Alex joined her. "Today was close," he said. "Yes," she replied. "But we learned something, and no one was hurt." He looked at her. "I still wish you didn't take so many risks." She smiled. "And I still trust you to keep me safe." Alex looked into her eyes. Always, Allura felt warmth in her heart. The future was still unknown, but she knew one thing for sure. She would face it with him, no matter what came next.